Okay. Hey, y'all. This is Ever Be Spooky Girl. And I want to say hello. How's everybody doing? And I want to add a little commentary to some of these photos, these new images that I have for you guys. So, first, I wanted to say, just for those who don't know, I had I had got a couple of cameras, one for my back because it's an alley that runs in the back, and one for the front to watch my packages when I'm not at home. And so my cameras, they are security cameras. They're not ring bell cameras. They started picking up a whole lot of images, and I just started sharing them. Now, some people who follow me know that this kind of, I kind of been seeing things and dealing with stuff since I was like little. So I, do know God and everything, believe in God, love God and everything. And so this is, nothing to do with witchcraft and the occult or none of that. I've never been harmed by any of it. And, I just see it. And so my security cameras that I put up start picking up these images. And the way my cameras work are motion. If things don't move, the camera don't record. It doesn't just record and loop. It doesn't work that way. So something has to move in order for it to record and activate, the mechanism for it to record. So it records movement. So it'll record what moves and then it'll alert me. It'll make a little clip or whatever move and then it will send me an alert that I have movement, something moved. So that's how all this started about. And so, it'll record whatever moved. And I just started sharing it online. This type of paranormal, supernatural, unexplained phenomena is not new to me because I've been dealing with it since I was little. I'm just sharing it, with other people to get other people's opinions and see how they feel and what they think about this. So, and lastly, I wanted to say about the dimensions and everything. So a lot of times when you see orbs or rods or these are called they're really just light beams. I'm not sure where they come from or none of that, but they are not like earthly stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I know this is hard for a lot of people to understand and all of that because they don't experience this stuff. So I get it. You know, but they're light beams. There's some type of light beams that either they're new, or they've been around and we just didn't know about it, or I don't know. They come from somewhere else. But what I be saying is when you see an orb and you record it in your house or outside or whatnot, always look, once you go back and look at your videos or your photographs, your images, always look around the orb too. Don't just focus on the orb. You should look at the orb, but look around it too. Because sometimes behind the orb or on the side of the orb, just in the same vicinity where that orb is, you may see other stuff. You might actually see other entities. I got a lot of stuff on different social media sites where I actually show you orbs and, like an entity behind it or something. I actually zoom in and it's very clear. So a lot of times when you see stuff like this, it's good to look around it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've recorded an orb and it was supposed to be my wall behind it or something, behind the orb. And when you zoomed in, looked in, it was a whole nother background. It wasn't my wall. It wasn't my bedroom wall. It wasn't my wallpaper. It was a whole different background. And I believe that's because a dimension be open. And sometimes you can catch it, not all the time. Sometimes you just see orb, but sometimes the dimension or the portal will be left open and you can get a glimpse, real quick of a portal or their dimension. So yeah, I recorded another orb one time before where it was supposed to be grass up under where the orb was at. And that area, when I went back and looked at my video, that area where it's supposed to have been a strip of grass, it was just eyes. I uploaded that. I uploaded that too. I shared that too. It was just eyes, all eyes, and that was supposed to have been a strip of grass. So always look around the orb and, just, in the same area where look at the orb, but always look around the orb too, because you might can see other stuff. Now, with this first picture right here, you can see that the sky is different. You'll notice that sometime too with orbs. Again, not all the time, but I guess something to do with the portal or dimension or something. I don't know. But you can see that the texture in the sky is different. That's around the orb. It's a different texture in the sky is what I was trying to say. And as opposed to the bottom part where it's more smoother down there at the bottom. You see, the closer to the orb, the sky looks a little strange. You get what I'm saying? Like the closer it is to the orb, the sky just the texture of it. And then if you look at the sky below it, it's smooth. So that's just the point I was trying to make. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing these images with you guys, and so you can just yeah, so you can see. So these are all my backyard security camera. Again, it's not a Ring doorbell camera. It's a security camera that's mounted over the door, over top of the door. It's not on the, on the handle or the bell or nothing. It's an actual security surveillance motion camera. And because, I park in the back a lot, and it's an alley that runs back there, that's why I have the camera. But these are some of the images that I'm seeing. Again, my camera will give me alert. There's motion, and then, it records the motion. So these are different days and stuff like that. So, yeah. And, you have people that just say, it's just bugs. It's the flutter of the camera. It's not. It's not. People are just locked in and they don't want to accept. You got people that just don't want to accept things that's different. Again, I've been seeing this stuff since I was little. I've seen UFOs, all kinds of stuff. Yes. And as far as it being demonic and all that kind of stuff, I don't know nothing about that. I don't practice that. I've never practiced it. This stuff I just see it. It doesn't bother me. I promise you. I sleep in my house alone with all my lights off. I've never had no problems. You see, and then people will try to, make, well, it's a bug or it's a bug that's moving funny or something like that. This is not a bug. It's not a bug. Not any kind of bug that we know of. So you got people and I understand because it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's abnormal to people, so they just don't, they don't want to deal with this. So they just say, oh, those are bugs in different forms and stuff. So, I don't go back and forth and argue with people about it. This is another one. This is not my house. The camera is mounted on my house. So it's looking across the alley. Everything that you see is, across the alley. And this actually looks like a shape in this window. And this building is abandoned. Nobody lives in it. This is supposed to be an empty house, but what do y'all think? Does that look like the shape that could be somebody in there or a curtain or something? A curtain maybe, or what do you guys think? Because this should be an empty house. And this might be, I don't know, that ain't it. So people try to say these is bugs, you know. Yeah, this is an empty house. This is abandoned. It's across the alley from me. So I just thought I would share these with everybody. Every time I get some new ones, I share them. And hope you guys enjoy. Now I've been researching and documenting these for years. All type of orbs, UFOs, everything. So this is not new for me. I've been seeing a lot of this stuff, spirit and stuff, since I was little. It's some type of ability I was born with. I'm not harmed by it or nothing like that. So, yeah.